everyone. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Takuro Okada, and I am a pharmacist. I'm a member of ITTF Doping Control Panel and Therapeutic Use Exemption Panel. Today, I would like to talk to you about the future anti-doping activity of the ITTF. Before getting to my main point, I would like to give you some background. Last year, World Anti-Doping Agency revised its code in the World Table Tennis Championships 2015 in Suzhou. I already explained the summary of the key changes to the World Code 2015. Subsequently, the ITTF also changed its rules. I would like to structure my presentation according to this sequence. I will talk about the main changes in the ITTF anti-doping activities. I will explain 4 issues: registered testing pool, international level players, therapeutic use exemption application. To begin with, then, let me give you an overview of anti-doping testing. There are roughly 2 types of testing. In-competition testing is generally conducted during or following an event. Out-of-competition testing is conducted with individual athletes out of competition, setting with little or no advance notice of the test. OOC testing is often selected from registered testing pool. The registered testing pool is a list of elite athletes. RTP players are subject to focus testing and required to provide whereabouts information. This time, the ITTF changed the definition of ITTF RTP. This slide shows the definition of ITTF RTP until 2015. ITTF RTP was defined to 2 lists: general ranking lists and under 18 lists. The RTP was composed of 10 players from the general ranking list and 5 players from the 18 lists. The RTP of men and women was a maximum of 3 players per national association. The RTP was based on the list of the preceding December month. This slide the definition of ITTF RTP from 2016. New regulation. This RTP is composed of 5 ranked players from the general ranking. There is a maximum of 2 players per national association. The RTP is based on the list of preceding December month. The number of players included in RTP will decrease. Instead, the ITTF creates another pool of athletes, the testing pool. The TP is a list of elite athletes who are not already part of the RTP. TP players required to provide whereabouts information, but not at the same level of detail. TP players are required to submit information about training and competition activities. The slide shows the definition of ITTF TP. ITTF TP was defined as 2 lists: general ranking list and under 21 list. The TP will be composed as follows: the top 5 ranked players who are not already part of the RTP. The top 5 ranked under 21 players who are not already in RTP or TP. The TP doesn't include more than 2 players representing the same national association per category. The TP is based on the list of the preceding December month. I have explained RTP and TP. Next, I would like to tell you about international level players and TUE application. If you are injured and must use prohibited substance, you have to apply for a TUE. A TUE is permission to use a prohibited substance for medical reasons, of course. Such a prohibited substance can be used only therapeutic purpose. This slide shows the definition of TUE application until 2015. If you are international level players, you must apply for a TUE directly from the ITTF. If you are not international level players, you must request TUE from your NADO. If you are intend to compete in international events, but were not international level player, you should send a copy of any TUE provided by your NADO to the ITTF. The ITTF changed its definition of the international level players. Until 2015, the ITTF defined ITT player as RTP players. From 2016, the ITTF defined as the top 215 men and top 200 women ranked in the ITTF World Ranking List. In addition, the destination of a TUE application was also changed. This slide shows a flowchart of a TUE application from 2016. If you are international level player, you should copy for a TUE directly from ITTF. You should not an international level player, regardless of the intention to compete in international events. You should request for a TUE from your NADO. In brief, a player who is included in the top 250 men and 200 women ranked in the ITTF ranking general list should apply for a TUE directly from ITTF. Otherwise, you should request for a TUE from your NADO. I will indicate it as additional information. This slide shows how an IL player can renew their TUE. In the new regulation, an IL player should apply for a TUE directly from the ITTF. However, in order to avoid inconvenience to player, the ITTF will permit an IL player to apply to the NADO to grant it the previous TUE. So either is fine. For your reference, I show the number of TUE applications should submit to ITTF. Dr. Matsuo, my boss, and I have been representative for considering TUE applications since January 2013. So far, we have determined 28 TUE applications, averaged about 10 a year, most of them from para-table tennis players. The world map shows the players' country for whom we have reviewed TUE applications so far. That covers everything I want to say today. I would now like to briefly summarize my talk. I talked about 4 things. Firstly, RTP. The RTP is composed of the best 5 ranked men and women. It does not include more than 2 players representing the same national association. Secondly, TP. The TP is composed of the top 5 ranked men and women who are not already part of the RTP and the top 5 under 21 boys and girls who are not otherwise already in RTP or TP. It does not include more than 2 players representing the same national association per category. Thirdly, IL player. IL players are defined as the top 215 men and 200 women ranked in the ITTF World Ranking List. Fourthly, TUE application. A player who is an IL player should apply to ITTF. On the other hand, a player who is not IL player should apply to your NADO. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much for your attention.